on plaintiff's motion. It looks like the plaintiff has been having difficulty serving one of the defendants. One of the defendants, AKO International Market LLC, has been served and purported to enter an appearance. And let me address that. So on March 9, 2026, defendant AKO International Markets purported to file an answer, and that was filed by who I presume to be the principal of AKO. It was filed by a non-attorney, Florence Amalako. It's Amoko, and it's a defective appearance because under Arizona law, an entity such as an LLC cannot appear through a non-attorney. So I need to address that. Let me give you a chance to address the reason for asking me to set this hearing, Ms. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. The reason for the hearing is because we have made multiple attempts to reach out to Ms. Amoko. We were able to get in contact with her one time in the early stages after we received her answer. And the subsequent attempts to contact her to talk about filing a joint report scheduling order were unsuccessful. She stopped receiving our calls, didn't respond to any of our emails. Nothing has been filed beyond the answer that you referenced earlier in the hearing. So we were trying to get ahead of it and to request a scheduling conference in hopes that somebody would appear on defendant's behalf so that we can move the case forward. But it appears that that strategy did not work.
What are you intending to do regarding the defendant King Plaza LLC? Because at least from my review of the docket, you have not obtained service on that defendant.
We served the second defendant pursuant to, my apologies, Your Honor, let me just.
I'll tell you, I looked at the affidavit of service. It's called affidavit of service regarding King Plaza LLC. It was filed on June 2nd, 2026, and that actually looked to me to be an affidavit of non-service.
Yes, Your Honor. So what we ended up doing, because we weren't able to find any valid address to serve the LLC, so we served the LLC pursuant to statute via mail and certified mail on March 5th of 2026. And we still have not had a response from them. So the next step that we'll be taking against defendant King Plaza is filing an application for entry of default.
Is there an affidavit of service on file? I don't see it showing the service that you just described.
I see now, Your Honor, that it appears that we did not file an affidavit of service on that defendant, but it was received by certified mail. The date that we have is March 9th. I can't make out the signature of who signed the certified mail, but we have a date of delivery of March 9th.
Okay, I'm curious if that's the case, why were you trying to have King Plaza LLC served on May 27, 2026? And because the affidavit of non-service that was filed in June shows that you provided the process server with the documents to be served on King Plaza LLC on May 26, 2026, and they attempted service on May 27, 2026 at 4:56 p.m. at a vacant home that was being remodeled.
We were able to obtain another address that was listed under the name for um, uh, the statutory agent. We did a skip trace and obtained an address that we had not seen before. And so we were attempting to serve to try to meet that notice requirement and essentially make a cleaner service. But unfortunately, that was also unsuccessful.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. With respect to defendant AKO International Markets LLC, on the court's own motion, I'm going to strike the defective answer because it was filed by a non-attorney, and it's just not effective. It's a defective pleading under Arizona law, so I'm going to strike AKO International's answer. I'm going to set a deadline of August 27, 2026, so that's 3 weeks from today, for defendant AKO International Markets to appear through counsel. And I'm going to direct the clerk to endorse on today's minute entry the principal of AKO, the one who filed the defective answer, and that's going to be, let me see if we have an address. We do have the address, so it's we're going to be endorsing Florence Amoko, Amoko, and it's going to be at the address of 1400 South McClintock Drive, Suite 14, Tempe, Arizona 85281. And I'll also direct that a copy of the minute entry be emailed to the email address that appears on the defective answer. That's AKO International Market at gmail.com. And so AKO will have until August 27, 2026 to remedy the defective appearance by appearing through counsel. If they don't, then they're going to be in default, and as of that date. So, and then I'm going to place this matter on the dismissal calendar for dismissal without further notice on October 27, 2026, unless by that time the plaintiff has obtained default judgments against any non-appearing parties, or there is a scheduling order that's been entered because we have defendants who've appeared, or the date has been extended for good cause. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions, Ms. Jones?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. I think we have a path forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.